Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the QubicaAMF Tech Tip Podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. As always, I'm your host, Orly, and I have a special guest on with us, a first-timer, which we've been getting a lot of new first-timers lately, which is awesome. We have Elliot Rucker. Elliot, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Orly.
I appreciate you coming on today. So, Elliot, since you are new, even if you weren't new to the show, I still ask every week, what's your position and what do you do with the company? Just because someone might be new to the show and, we might have had Brandon Brooks on 20 times, but if they're new to the show, they might still not know what he does. So if you could first let everyone know your title and what you do with QubicaAMF, that would be great.
Absolutely. So I am the tech support training supervisor, and this is a new position to the company. I started about half a year ago. So I'm responsible for any onboarding and continuous learning for our tech support team. Obviously, we have new products rolling out. We have updates. We have newbies that need to be caught up with just everything we have going on. So I'm responsible for coordinating different trainings, having hands-on learning experiences and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, that's a great thing, well, I'll shout out our other podcast, but Seeds of Success podcast, which I do with Dottie. We had just did a show not so long ago. I can't remember the exact title. I want to say it was like Never Stop Learning. It's something that, there's always, like you said, there's always something new, and it's always good to stay just updated on anything new and just retraining on certain things, just because that person's always fresh and they're able to help the customers, to the best. And that's always what we want. So, Elliot, the reason I have you on the show today is you're going to cover with us a little bit about Tech Wizard today. So I guess first off, for those that may have never heard of Tech Wizard or don't know anything about it, can you let us know what Tech Wizard is and kind of what it does?
Absolutely. So Tech Wizard is an app that you can find in your app store on a mobile device. And it is responsible for diagnosing current trouble calls and doing preventative and routine maintenance on your machines. It's a great ally for mechanics because obviously you can't be on the phone 100% of the time, either trying to look things up or trying to get a hold of tech support, things like that. So it provides a really easy way to access all the information in one place without having to run back to like your Conqueror terminal or anything like that. In short, that's it.
Okay. And what would you say, what would be, I'm going to put you on the spot. What would be your favorite thing you think that it does that it could give you a warning about, is there something that stands out to you?
My favorite thing is the routine maintenance because it is in tune with every single pin spotter in your center. It's able to determine the timing of, when you need to rotate the pins, when you need to make table adjustments, things like that. And it will put it on a timer for you. So instead of having like a separate schedule or anything like that, it's just all in one place. And on top of that, you have the how-to inside of the app itself. So you have documents and videos all in one place. I just find it super convenient.
Yeah, that's a great point. I had it on my phone, and when you would need to, let's say, rotate pins, it would literally have a video there that says, you click it, and it even tells you what you need to fix whatever you're going to work on right there. It's super convenient. And how would they, I know you mentioned they could get it from the App Store. And once they have that, are they able to assign different, staff members, or does everybody share a password? Like, how does that work? Are they able to just kind of give it to different staff members there that they might want to have access?
So first and foremost, you need to have an active CMP in order for it to work fully.
Okay.
In order for you to check into a center and actually look at calls, you need to have active CMP. In Q Portal, you're able to assign privileges to anyone you wish, as long as they are a user associated with your center, to have access to Tech Wizard. Now, in Conqueror, the only thing you really need is to have the check-in option with Tech Wizard, which if and when you go through the training, they show you how to make a quick button for it. And from there, you have the phone app, which the user just needs to log in with their QubicaAMF credentials and select their center.
Okay. And, we were talking about people, especially if they were new, how to get the app. And I thought I heard something the other day for those that might have the app already, if there was some type of update. Can you kind of go over that with us?
Yes. There was an update which took care of a well-known bug that would notify you when you were outside of the center or even logged out of the app that there was a trouble call. So that has been quashed, and all that users need to do is completely delete the TechWizard app and re-download it from the App Store. That's going to ensure that it's the newest version. And then you're going to do what is called a cycle, which is logging into your center, checking in, and then checking out.
Okay.
So that way it kind of wipes the database of what you had, and then will allow you to reap the benefits of the newest update.
And, Elliot, you gave some great information here today about this, but I also wanted to let people know that tomorrow, if you're listening to the show today, when we post it, tomorrow, April 2nd, 2025, just in case somebody's listening down the road, I don't want to get them confused. There is going to be a Getting Started with TechWizard class that's available, a virtual class. So if anyone wants to go ahead and sign up for that, just make sure you are, you could go into the virtual training in the Q portal, and you will be able to find that there. And it is tomorrow, April 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you do want some more information, or if you have some questions you might want to ask, feel free to sign up for that. There's always some kind of great virtual classes that are available for people to take. And especially if you're newer to the center, there's some great information. Or if you just want to keep learning, like we mentioned, go in there and sign up for those. So Elliot, I appreciate you coming on to the show today. Is there anything else you would like to say before we go?
Really, that this is a worthwhile app, especially if you bought a EdString from us. You get the app for free. So utilize it. You learn so much from it. It is your pocketbook of resources, and it saves you a bunch of time from somebody who has to look at manuals day in and day out and find little bits of information. This is the easiest, most accessible way to find out information about your pin solder.
Okay. And Elliot, this has been I brought this up the last couple of shows. It's kind of been my fun little thing to do to tech support. But if they're still having trouble for any reason with TechWizard, what is the number they can call? I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh my goodness. Let me think. It is 866-460-7263, and we are option number 3 for tech support.
All right, Elliot. Well, I appreciate your time today. And if you're new to this show, make sure you're going back, as I always mention, listen to past shows. There's so much information out there with some great people sharing a lot of knowledge. And until next time, we will talk to everyone soon.